David Beckham or Beyonce, they're out the window. Someone who they know, who they think are successful, they don't have to say who it is, but then ask them, why, give me 1 or 2 reasons or 3 reasons why you think that person is successful. Now, we could try this exercise just briefly here. If you could, I mean, can you think of just someone who you consider successful for whatever reason?
I can for one.
Right, and then just think of 1 or 2 reasons why you see that person as successful, without saying who they are or what they do. Anybody want to volunteer some reasons?
I do. She, her goal in life was to be as effective as possible with people. So she started by getting self-educated. Then she decided in what stream, what path she wanted to take. And she went to various countries over the world and championed for women.
Excellent.
And for me, I think she was successful because she had those goals and she actually achieved them.
Right.
And achieving them, she's made others life-rich.
Okay. So there's lots of things we could pick up on there. So she's presumably hard-working, quite driven, determined, etc. Probably a people person and so on. Any other reasons why, whoever you've thought of in your head, why you would consider them successful?
I would say that the person I'm thinking of survived in a harsh environment, racism, poverty, and lack of education, but still managed to produce a family, a successful family.
Okay. Any other reasons why?
I think going back to your point that you were making just now when you were talking to this gentleman here about this ongoing process, the person that I'm thinking about has achieved a lot of things in their lifetime, but at the age of 81 they've still gone back to evening classes to learn how to do emails and computers and all that kind of stuff. So it's that sort of ongoing process where I can still do more.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got a sort of a cross-section of reasons why, and I'm sure if there was a wider audience and we sort of took 2 or 3 reasons from each, we could make a long list. And I did this many times with schools, and the list normally looks something like this, give or take. They normally pick things out of there. But you'll notice, the key thing is that you'll notice, I'm not saying that someone to be successful has to have all of those traits, but generally they have quite a few of them. Now the key thing is there's 3 that I've highlighted in blue, and all the other words are in black. Any reason why I might have highlighted those things in blue?
High percentage of
Most popular.
most common.
Well, no, I wouldn't necessarily say they're the most common.
Or they're stereotypical to success.
But getting closer, can we be a little bit more definitive?
They are the material aspects of success.
Essentially, yes, they are. If you think about, well, let's not focus on the other 3, the 3 blue words. Let's look at all the rest. What are all the rest to do with? What are they?
Character.
Right, your character. Okay, so that's a message if you try and get through to youngsters at an early stage, that true success is actually dependent on your character. So if you choose someone like David Beckham who you don't know, you might see all the money and the glamour and think that's what success is. But maybe if you knew him, you might have realised that he used to practice hundreds of free kicks every day from a young child, for example. So the key thing is that true success depends on having the right character traits. And the whole point is that that's not something you work on once you've left school or once you've gained qualifications. It's something you start on now or whenever you at any stage in your life. And that's something that most successful people, if you go back to those people who you thought were successful, they may not have the big house or necessarily the good grades, for example, or financially stable, but you can almost be certain that they'll have quite a few of those character traits. So that's actually the key to success, having the true sort of the right character traits in some respects.